What's good, people? Back at it for another week, another episode of What's the Word with LJ Mental Podcast. As always, I'm your host with the most, LJ. Yeah, we back in for another week. This is a wild world, and just a quick little note before I get into it. You just got in a crazy world that we live in. Just make sure you love make sure you tell your people you love them. People that you know you love them. Make sure you pay attention to your surroundings. Just try to navigate the world. But word of the week this week is gonna be reflect for a couple of reasons. Um, just looking back on things and how stuff is right now. Looking at how, and so first off, I want to talk about, so I think it was last week or sometime recently announced that Derek Chauvin, the guy who killed George Floyd, where the whole world saw it, where he had his knee on his neck, on a black man's neck, for 9 minutes and 29 seconds. Sentenced to 22 and a half years in prison. Is that enough? I don't know. I mean, I hear both sides saying like, "Oh, it's enough." Then some people say it ain't enough. I really don't know. Either way, it's not gonna bring that man back that he killed basically for no damn reason. This is just one of many. So finally, a cop didn't totally get away with it because there's been so many instances where whether it was a cop or just a racist white dude or racist somebody who killed a black person for no reason, there's been too many instances where they got off. So, I mean, we've seen that over and over. We can reflect and look back on the many innocent black people have got off throughout the years and had stuff done to them really for no damn reason. We go all the way back to Emmett Till, to even in the 90s with cause of the 92 riots with Rodney King, to Sandra Bland, to Eric Garner, Trayvon Martin, so many more that have been killed, and some of these cops are in some cases people who really should have been minding their damn business and killing black people for no damn reason. Have gotten off. It still puzzles me to this day how George Zimmerman is still walking out here free, man. That's crazy to me. Like, I still don't get that shit. He literally killed this black boy for no damn reason. But back to the task at hand. I'm talking about the Derek Chauvin. Is it enough time? I really don't know. How do you? It's kind of really hard to put a number. It's like when you look at some things like life, right? Life is precious. It's kind of hard. You can't really say. You can't put a price on somebody's life. So it's really hard to say how much time would have been. It's really hard to put a number on it other than life. Like, I guess some people probably wanted them to get life in there. But I don't know. I mean, it's really hard to say. 22 and a half years. You're going to have a lot of time in there. So you're going to see if he get a reduced sentence or if he do the whole thing. Who knows? But that's what he's sentenced to. And at least he didn't get off. So that's what I'm looking at. At least the man didn't get off. Like so many other instances where black people died in the street for no damn reason and they got off. So at least that didn't happen with this one. So I mean, either way, it's not gonna bring that man back, but at least George Floyd and his family getting some type of closure, I hope, or justice. Even though it's not gonna bring him back. But yeah, it's really crazy, and when you look at it, you almost have to revisit it when they keep saying like 9/29. It's crazy that your knee on somebody's neck for that damn long. it's crazy. You gotta keep going. I can't even imagine how his family members feel that they keep having to probably go back to that. But that's where we stand with it. 22 and a half. Um, I think he's a first time offender. Well, at least first time he's been caught doing anything like that. Anyway, first time he's been caught at least. So, yeah, he definitely. I'm surprised he got that really. So 22 and a half years, is it enough time? I don't know. That's my answer to it. I really don't know. It's really hard to put like when you put a price on somebody. So, yeah. But now let me get into something else here while we reflecting here. I don't get to talk about conspiracy theories too much, but I like to entertain a conspiracy theory if it's a good one. If it has like can be interesting topic because there's no way to really prove it right or wrong, right? There's so many out there that I think are interesting, like how the government controls the weather. I've seen videos where it's showing that that could be the case. There's no way to prove it to be factual, but I've seen some very compelling arguments in video to show that that could possibly be the case. There's been many theories. Some people to this day still think Tupac is still alive. I know for years, I think the white community thought Elvis was alive even after he passed away. There's a lot of theories out there. But this one I'm gonna talk about right now is I'm gonna talk about global warming. Anytime there's a heat wave or unusual temperatures, people like to bring that up. But global warming is coming, and it was an interesting thought because it's been unusually hot in places that aren't normally this hot. So like I know there's been a heat wave in Seattle, Washington, and Portland, Oregon reached a record temperature, I believe, somewhere in the 90s, 100 degrees. I'm not sure where else around the world, but I know it's really, really hot. And it's the summer, so it's gonna be hot, especially in some. Now you got normal temperatures normally like in the desert in like Vegas or in Death Valley, California, which is I guess looked at as the hottest place on earth. Up there with other places in Libya, high desert places. I think there's a place in Pakistan that's pretty up there, top 3. But yeah, really high desert places are normally extremely hot. And I know too. I remember seeing something a few years ago about Antarctica. How if that never melted, that the water from Antarctica could cover all of New York City. There'd be so much water that it could travel from the southern hemisphere all the way up to New York. Which sounds really crazy, but there's really that much ice and no one knows how much water is under it because the majority of this planet Earth that we all inhabit, most of it is water. It's crazy. Most of it is not fresh water, drinkable water, which is crazy. So I think only a very small percentage of it is actually can be consumed by the human population. But yeah, just imagine if all of Antarctica froze over to reach New York or anywhere in the U.S. or wherever. But there's so many interesting theories. Now, if I don't know if it's global warming, I don't buy it. I think it's interesting, but I don't buy it with global warming because there's certain days like it's been like that for years. Certain areas might reach record temperatures, and I'm not sure if I necessarily buy it because there's been unusually hot temperatures in places before. I know in certain climates, depending on where you live, where they say, "Oh, this might be the biggest hurricane to wipe us out," or in California, all the big ones are coming, the biggest earthquake is coming, or wherever you live, every city around the world has natural disasters. I know they had a big hurricane a while back in Africa, and I know some years ago they had a big major earthquake and a volcano eruption in Haiti. So yeah, everywhere has its own natural disasters, and we can't predict them. I know you got NASA scientists speculate about these different things, but it's very interesting to me because just imagine that, right? Because I keep going back to that with this global warming thing, because that's, I think, the main thing to focus on is like, what if really Antarctica melted and all of that water came, all of that ice, because it's like miles of ice in Antarctica, just froze, or I'm sorry, not froze, but melted, and it all traveled to all these other places that's not cold climates or whatever, and we just drowned. That's just crazy, and we just drowned, right? Just imagine some shit like that happen. I mean, these record temperatures. It could be frightening, I guess, because you can't let it control your life. You just gotta keep living your life. If some shit is meant to happen, it's gonna happen. So, I think it's real interesting too. These different theories, conspiracy theories. I love them actually. I don't necessarily mean I believe them, but I think it's interesting. Yeah, which is wild because I don't believe in horoscopes or zodiac signs, and I think that's all nonsense. Um, how is it even established in the different? Yeah, I don't buy it. But the conspiracy theory, yeah, I'll definitely entertain it. I will definitely entertain it if it's good. And I've still got some friends now that still believe the Earth is flat to this day. That's why I really would like to, if they really make it, where civilians could travel to space and it be safe, I'd definitely do it. I could prove for a fact that it's not round, or I'm sorry, that it's not flat. Prove that it's round? No, absolutely. That would be great, even though there's many images and proof show that it's round, but yeah, prove once and for all it's not. But now next thing I'm about to talk about kind of ties into a theory, not totally, but still is a small theory out there. Now Bill Cosby was announced today that he's getting out of prison. Because they threw out the case, sexual assault case on him. And he's going to be released from prison. I don't know, I haven't heard a date yet, but Bill Cosby's getting out. So, which is good, because I thought he was innocent the whole time. I'm a person, I don't believe anything happens for no reason. I've never believed in coincidences. I believe everything happens for a reason. Even the smallest thing. You might not understand why it happens, but I believe everything happens for a reason. The reason why I point that out is because, remember when Bill Cosby was first getting accused? I think he was accused first back in the early 2000s, but when all these, I think 30-something women came out a few years back and accused him all of this, where he was roofing them and sexually assaulting them, whatever. It just didn't add up. Like, some of the information just didn't add up. And even to this day, his co-star from the Cosby Show has been backing him this whole time. Mrs. Felicia Rashad, aka Claire Huxtable, but yeah, she's been backing him the whole time, saying she didn't believe it, and she never seen any signs of him being inappropriate or anything like that. There's been other women that's come out as well that's defend him as well. But yeah, the fact he's getting right, I think it's getting out is, I think, the right thing to do. So I don't know when he's getting out, but yeah, I think it's the right thing to do. I never bought it that he assaulted any of them women. Um, and the reason why I bring up the theory thing, because I know it was a rumor that I don't know, maybe it was true that he was trying to purchase NBC, um, and they tried to stop it, which is another theory, that he was going to be the owner of NBC, and they didn't want this powerful, like they feel like he's powerful enough as a black man, and um, I mean, I believe there could be a racial component in there. I don't like to always throw that out there right away till I get solid facts. That way, white people can't use it against us. It's always better to have facts, even though there's been many instances to show that we've been discriminated against many times. And it is a racial thing. But yeah, it's better to back it up with some facts to say, hey, this is why. This is definitely racial. But yeah, the whole him buying NBC thing, it could be. He probably had the money to do it. He had the fame to do it, probably the leverage to do it. I'm sure he knew the executives and people over at NBC, but who knows? But that's another interesting theory too. But I don't know if it's true. But yeah, that fact that Bill Cosby is getting out, I think is the right thing to do. I mean, this man is in his 80s. He don't need to be sitting in jail. Like he don't need to be sitting in there, man. Let that man go home, be with his family. Like seriously, if he actually did rape them women or do anything like that, that's foul. But I don't believe he did it. I don't. So, um, yeah, he's getting out. Um, and I think that's a good thing. So yeah, this reflecting on that and what he was looked at for a while as America's dad, because he was so powerful as not just the Cosby Show, but all the kids specials he did throughout the years and things he did for people. So yeah. So yeah, Bill Cosby, let that man out. Free Bill Cosby, man. So good shit. But now, last thing I want to talk about before I get up out of here is I want to talk about the Fast and Furious series. Now, Fast 9 just came out, and I haven't saw it yet, but I plan to very soon. Um, Fast and Furious series has been great. I've watched every single one up until I haven't seen 9 yet. Well, I didn't see the spin-off either, Hobbs and Shaw. But every main line entry I've seen, Fast went all the way up to Fate and Furious. So yeah, and it looks like, if it's true, who knows, but I heard Vin Diesel say that they're gonna call it quits after Fast 11. I know a few years ago they said, oh yeah, 10, Fast 10 is definitely going to be the last one, but who knows, maybe a few years they'll go to 15. I mean, this film series has lasted so long. I haven't really seen anything like that before. Maybe it's some films I'm not aware of, maybe somebody can school me on that. But yeah, I've never really seen like a film series go this long, be this great and successful as far as films. Or it's like the same cast too, and people that put it together. Because when you hear them talk in interviews, like the whole cast with Vin Diesel, with Paul Walker, rest in peace, Paul Walker before he passed, Tyrese, all the people that was on the film, they basically became like a family almost. So that's dope that they're that close. And obviously Fast 7, or Furious 7, was the last one with Paul Walker. He passed away. And for Tokyo Drift, the third one felt kind of off because that was like the only one that didn't have the main cast. And Vin Diesel was at the end of the movie, but that's the only one where it was like, it seemed like a spin-off in a way. I know a lot of people didn't like that one. The reviews weren't that great for that. I actually enjoyed it, but 2009. They had John Cena in there now. I'm not sure if The Rock is in this one anymore. Didn't look like he was going to be part of the cast, but I don't know. Uh, but yeah, it's yeah, gotta go see it. I mean, it's a great series of movies. I feel like so. Yeah, but it's wild that they've gone on for this long. Um, the first one came out in 2001, so 20 years. Um, and this one at Fast 9, and they've even had spin-offs. I know there's been other TV shows and even movies that's had spin-offs, but I don't know about any other movies that lasted this long um, and be still great and entertaining for that matter. But yeah, I gotta go see it so I can have better maybe a view on it. But yeah, I've seen every single mainline entry. Um, yeah, definitely gotta go see that. But so yeah, that's gonna be it for me today. Just reflecting on a few things here. It's been a real interesting week. Different things going on. Entertain a few conspiracy theories. Like I said, I don't talk about them too much, but I like to entertain them here and there because I think they are interesting. And who knows what type of info you can learn about it. Knowledge is power, for sure. So yeah, that's gonna be it for me. And I'm out.